What's up, everyone? Ladies and gents. So, um, you know, I'm gonna be recording my life, and it's kind of crazy, letting everybody in on my life, and I see people are actually watching me, so, I'm gonna continue making them, God is telling me to do it, and it isn't just gonna be my talks, so, it's gonna be about sailing and weather. I study weather. I've always wanted, so that was another dream of mine growing up. I never really told anyone growing up, actually. Because I was always kind of like shy, I guess you would say. But I always wanted to be a weatherman, believe it or not. And chase storms and stuff. The movie Twister, growing up was one of my favorite movies growing up. And, I actually been meaning to watch it with Margarita. I showed her my favorite movie, Hackers. She loved it, and then she showed me a movie, one of her favorite movies, which, dude, that movie gave me fucking nightmares, man. That movie, she showed me that movie fucked me up. I'll have to do I was thinking about making a video about torrenting and movies and stuff, and like the legality of it and all that stuff, and how to get them the proper way, and because that's who I am. I'm a computer geek. That's what a lot of my stuff's gonna be about, so that's it isn't just gonna be Jesus. I talk about Jesus and my stories, my past, you will hear about prison a lot because I've been to prison, quite a few times. But I've been around the world as well. I've been many places. So, and I will be going many places, and you and everyone that follows my channel will be going with me to these places on YouTube. Eventually I would like to take people on a trip. Because my Facebook, my poetry and my writings and everything, I caused a lot of noise over the internet, and because I knew how, and I'm doing it for Margarita, and I'm doing it also for people. I'm doing it for Jesus. I do it because I want people to know who he is, and not go through the same things that I went through, and other people have went through, because a lot of the wisdom I have isn't just stuff that I've been through, you gotta remember, I'm very analytical, I read a lot. So, people tell me a lot of stuff, I have a lot of experience listening to other people's stories, and I listen. So I learn from them. And I put a lot of time, when I learn, I put it in play. Because I travel so much, and, I do so many things, and the stuff I do isn't easy, it isn't. The stuff I do is not normal stuff. It isn't, I don't know anybody around me that's doing the stuff I do, I can't find anybody that's interested in the stuff that I do. That's another reason why I started making YouTube. I really hope I can find people out there that are like me, and then there's gotta be. There's weather people out there. Obviously, there's computer people out there, and I've always wanted to be like a scientist, I do experiments all the time. I'm always making stuff and, designing stuff and drawing up stuff. And, I got so much stuff put away and like ideas. And that's another reason why I want to get out to the boat. I got all these ideas and stuff, to clean up the water and, for pollution. God has been, my gift and stuff, and God has been inspiring me to, and other people as well. I see people doing these things, good things around the world, and they're inspiring me as well. So, that's really important. I get out to the ocean. Because when I get out to the ocean, I really believe within a couple years, um, not only will I be able to make something for myself, for my family, and become, pretty. I could become really wealthy possibly off this programming that I'm doing, and this, Truth Social, which I'm probably not gonna call it Truth Social, because I already told everybody, I'm making Truth Social, and I already know there's people, they've been hacking my Facebook. They actually hacked my Facebook. I was naive and gave someone a code. I wasn't thinking. It was really because my dad. It was stressing me out. When we were fighting, and I wasn't thinking straight, and he was yelling at me and all this other stuff, and I, I knew as soon as I gave it, like I was. When I gave the pass, like when I was about to give it out, like I knew it was something was wrong. You know what I mean? Like this isn't right. But they got me for some money, and it's kind of frustrating because I haven't got that money back either. And they keep on contacting me, and they keep on, cause they got some money for me, and I hurry up and I changed my Facebook, they got a hold of my original Facebook, my original Life Stories Perspectives, and they changed the password on me, which I'll get back. I'll be making episodes about that stuff too. I've been tracking them. It does. They've been. I'll show you guys this stuff, and it's hilarious. And I really believe it's some kid, somebody from Africa. Because I'm getting a lot of African, IP addresses, but they could be running a VPN as well. So, I really haven't dabbled into it that much yet. I've been saving everything that they do. Like they sent me a link this morning on my phone telling me that Lil Uzi Vert wants to meet me and do music with me. Like, and then it sends a link and it says click on this link to fill out the form for to meet up with Lil Uzi Vert. I'm like, bro, if Lil Uzi Vert wanted to talk to me, first of all, my number's on my Facebook. My email's on my Facebook. People call me already. People talk to me. They email me. If Lil Uzi Vert wanted to really talk to me, bro, he would call. So, that person, it's really frustrating because, like, and it's really so everyone knows, if they go on my Facebook, I have a fiance. Her name is Margarita. I know where she's at. I talk to her. This person, for some reason, keeps on acting like they're trying to act like my girlfriend, right? And it's hilarious. And they're trying to act like my girlfriend, right? And then tell me that they're her and that she needs money. And then I block them all the time, you know what I mean? And then they keep on making these new profiles, right? And they'll even go to the extent to where like they're messaging Margarita, and trying to tell Margarita that I'm cheating on her and that I'm dating this person I don't even know who it is. And like they're putting pictures together and all types of stuff, man. Like they're going through all my stuff, and trying to get pictures, all that stuff. So that's another reason why, like, I'll be going through a lot of security stuff. Banks as well. Listen, man, if you want your stuff secure, go to a community, go to a credit union. Credit union is the way to go. Don't go to credit union if you're not responsible. Don't waste your time. Don't waste to go to a bank. Don't even go to a bank if you're not responsible. You got to get all that stuff under control and start learning all that stuff before, you waste your time and their time. So, But I'm gonna do some cleaning today. I'm gonna do some cleaning today, and I'm gonna do some computer stuff today actually, which I've been trying to figure out everything I need for the boat and like the weather stations, and I found this. I found this last night and this morning kind of. It's called the Atmos 41 all-in-one weather station, and it's looking really promising. I just don't know what the price is. It says request a quote, and when it says request a quote, that usually means it's a lot of money. And it also means too that a lot of times these companies, they won't let me purchase anything like this unless I have like a legit, multi-million dollar business, which I don't have anything like that. I'm not known like that yet. Will I be? Yeah. But I'll go ahead and read it, because this is the problem I'm having too, is, this boat, I got to be able to track weather not only for myself for safety, but for what I'm trying to do, for my YouTube channel and for the world and for global warming and my inventions and my activities. So it's an all-in-one weather station. I've been trying to find all these sensors and devices that I can put on my boat, and they're hard to find which ones work good and which ones don't. And I really wanted a solid state system. I don't want fans. I don't want moving parts. I want it to be as simple as possible, and I'm okay with it being spending the extra money on the good stuff. Because I've learned, traveling around the world. Um, Listen, man, don't buy cheap stuff. And here's the thing too. A lot of people think cheap is cheap. When I say cheap, don't buy cheap stuff, I'm saying don't buy like shitty quality stuff. You can find really nice stuff for cheap. You can. You can find really high quality stuff for good deals. You can. A lot of people make high quality stuff and sell the stuff on a good deal because that's their MO. That's how they make their business. That's how their business stays afloat. And they know that. And it's different for everybody. Different. For it depends on what you're in. But so I found this one. It's called the Atmos 41, and the reason why I'm really interested is because it's an all-in-one weather station. It has all these things that I'm looking for in one, which was surprising me. But I'll go ahead and read it for everyone. Because that's what it's about. If you're into weather and stuff, I'm learning all this stuff. You'll be learning it with me, and I'm gonna be applying my computer knowledge and my computer skills, my Linux skills, along with you know, the sailing part aspect in my life, and you guys will see Margarita, you guys are gonna, it isn't just gonna be sailing, I'm gonna be biking. You guys see the biking videos. I'm gonna be showing you weapons and stuff, my guns and, all that other stuff. Cause I gotta have a weapon. I gotta have a weapon in international waters, first of all. It's not safe. Um, Second, I gotta hunt, I gotta dive and stuff. I'm probably gonna get a diving spear. I'm not sure yet. And I got the shotgun. I had to get the shotgun. The shotgun was really important to me. One, I don't like guns. I love guns, but I don't like guns around children, first of all. Um, so I really wanted a pistol, but um, just a pistol. I didn't really like. I was thinking like, do I really need a shotgun? Like I don't really need a shotgun. On a boat. But the more I think about it, I do. I've been in situations, man. I've been on a boat before. Listen, man. I bought this gun for a reason. Um, I bought a Mossberg 500 with a pistol grip. For a reason. Um, First of all, 12 gauge shotguns, the older ones. I would love to have a Smith and Wesson. I would love to have original Smith and Wesson World War II, World War One trench gun, because that's what they're made for. The war. Um, there was never a shotgun, that before that. Um, They're made for trench warfare, which is the worst warfare. I study war every day. The Bible is nothing but war. It's literally what it is. It's nothing but war. And I study war though, not just in the Bible. Like that's I've been meaning to mention that too. When I said chess and stuff, that's really like my background is historical warfare. Um, I got a lot of knowledge in that, a lot, and I'm talking like old, like ancient stuff. I read and I got access to my computer skills and stuff. I'm able to get access to things normal people wouldn't be able to, search, and find, because they don't know how. Which, I'll go through that too, I'm gonna be making episodes. That's why, like, I can't wait to get to the boat, and have the gear on my boat, because I'm gonna be putting cameras up around. You guys will be able to see me all day. It's kind of creepy, but, that's another reason why I bought this laptop, the webcam. It has a cover, so even if somebody, hacks into it, they can't see me. That's why I bought it. But I ain't worried about them logging into my Linux machine. First I have to have a port open for them to remote into it. If I don't have any ports open, that's dead. Um, but there's always ports open. I'm running services. But, that's besides the fact. So I'm gonna go ahead and read the weather, station, because I skipped that. I started talking about guns. But I'll tell you why I bought the Mossberg 500 and not the Smith & Wesson. The Smith & Wesson, before I start reading the weather, I meant. But the Smith & Wesson is, if you can find the older the Smith & Wesson gun, period, the more money, buy one. If you can find one, get it. It's worth a lot of money. The thing is though is those Smith & Wessons are nice shotguns, I would love to have an older one. But they won't breach 3-inch magnums. They won't breach them. And there's a very high chance of it exploding in my face if I'm running, these people don't understand, like those guns are better metal, they made better metal back then, but you're not taking into account that modern bullets, modern gunpowder, progressive powder, really, it's the way they manufacture it, really really good stuff. It's not like it was back then in the early 1900s, during World War One, World War Two, when they first started making those guns. And people have had problems exploding them. They'll put a 2 3/4 shell in it, and they'll pump it, and it will explode in the barrel. That's not cool. I'm not trying to have all that. So, um, I'm a big fan of Mossberg, man. Um, because of the company and the reason why they made it. Um, the gun was made out of necessity. Um, for war. Because of Hitler. One, that's that's why I buy it. That's why I have it. Second is, um, I can load 2 3/4 and 3-inch magnums, man. If I'm in a situation on that boat, man. First, the 2 3/4 slugs are great to have. To knock something down, like an animal, anything, Um, you know, uh, a whale, shark, all types of stuff out there, man. You don't know. And it's gonna be on the boat. But um, I keep slugs in it, Birdshot, I have two. I run 2 3/4 birdshot, 2 3/4 slugs. Um I prefer the Super X Winchester slugs. They seem to work better. Um Winchester ammo, period. I like Winchester ammo. Um they've always been good for me. I try not to use silver tip bullets at all. Just garbage. I don't like them. I'll use them, if I just to go play around. If somebody's got a couple boxes, I'll put them in some weapons, but I won't put them in in anything nice. If I have something nice, I'm shooting nothing but copper or brass. Um, Shotgun's different though. But another reason why I got the Mossberg too is one, um, the deal I got on it. Um, I was able to trade some car parts for it. Um, really expensive car parts, which I took a loss. But the person, they ran a business out of their truck. And they didn't have $700. That I wanted, $600, and so I ended up taking two chainsaws and the shotgun. And I took it because it was exactly the one I was looking for, which is funny. It's the one I wanted. Because it takes 3-inch shells and it has the pistol grip. And it's the one that has always been around me in the hood. It's the gun I grew up with, and it's simple. I wanted a pump, because the reason why I wanted a pump is, first, I gotta pump it again to shoot, which means I'm conscious of what I'm doing. I have to consciously make a decision to pump that again before I shoot, which gives me a chance to, do I really want to do this, especially when it comes to a person, which I pray to Lord that I never get put in that situation ever, because I already know what's going to happen. It's not going to be me. It's going to be them. And I don't want to deal with it. I don't. And that's not cool. That's not who I am. It's not. But, another reason why I got it too is, 3-inch Magnum shells, padlocks, all types of stuff, shit gets, stuff gets snagged up and I can't move, you know what I mean? Something stuck. I can put a 3-inch Magnum in there and I can take it out, that thing's gonna take it out. That's what the Navy uses that stuff for, the breech doors. They most of the time it's not for shooting people, bro. They're trap guns, you know what I mean? They blow out door handles, You shoot the door handle with a birdshot or slug. It's taking that lock out, and you can go, you can enter the house. That's what the, armed forces use it for mostly. On deck, on the Navy ships, That's why that's why they developed it for 3-inch Magnum cells, was for on deck, for the Navy ships, for, blowing, all those cables and stuff for all those, planes that fly off of the carriers, those things get stuck and shit, those cables get stuck, and they got so much strength on them, tensile strength, they're so tight, and that's the only thing that's gonna take it out, you gotta fucking put a load of 3-inch Magnum shell if it's not already loaded, and boom, it takes out that wire, that metal wire, and so that's why I got it. Yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and read this. So it says most weather stations are cluttered, complicated, frustrating to install and maintain. Wiring and programming can be a nightmare, and finding room to mount everything is a challenge. All-in weather stations solve these problems, but the trade-off is flexibility. Adding just one more sensor often requires an extra logger, making the system more complicated and more expensive. That's the problem I've been having is finding proper stuff that I know is going to communicate. I don't know what's going to communicate. I've never messed with this stuff yet. So I'm looking at all these different systems, and and all that stuff costs money too. I gotta buy. Okay, like this just said I gotta buy a sensor, right? And then it says I gotta add another logger, so that I gotta order another data logger. So that doesn't make any sense. So that's why I'm really looking at this one. It says our solutions is an all-in-one weather station plus one. The all-new Atmos 41 weather station is the first affordable all-in-one weather station that fulfills all your weather monitoring needs but doesn't restrain you when you want to do more. Atmos 41 weather data, for example, humidity, temperature, atmospheric pressure are transmitted over a single wire. That means you don't have to use all of the ports on your data logger just for weather measurements. And if you are using Atmos 41 weather station with our ZL6 data loggers, you have the flexibility to add any of our other sensors like soil moisture. And they got like the 12 sensors, so it says simply smarter. Says the Atmos 41 weather station works seamlessly with the ZL6 for simple plug-and-play atmospheric data logging, cloud-based data storage management. You can set up an entire weather monitoring system without any complex wiring or programming. So that'd be, it's convenient. I won't have to run a bunch of wires through the boat, and, it's going to be wireless and stuff. That's going to make a big difference. And then it says, it's got 12 sensors. It was designed continuous deployment in harsh climates, such as Africa, which means there are no moving parts to fail. Installation and maintenance have been simplified to the maximum because there are never any mechanical wear. No oiling or replacing bearings, just reliability you can continue to count on. And then, this is the system, Those are the sensors that'll be on top of like the sail mast or a pole that I install, somewhere or on the back of the boat. And where, all this stuff's got to go in the boat, and that's another thing, like my master bedroom, my quarters, I don't really want all my equipment in there in this boat. The first one's going to be really small. And I don't want all this equipment in the room where I sleep. So it's really kind of imperative I find a boat where I can have like kind of like a cockpit, like a little captain's room, with like a really comfy chair. And, I have all this stuff, so it's basically a little computer room, a lab, I gotta have and then I'm gonna have to build a tech bench as well. These boats are gonna have a galley for food, but they're not gonna have a tech bench, they're not gonna have a little, a little work area, The bigger ones do, but not the small ones. So I gotta take all that stuff into consideration, But yeah, I'm excited, It says research weather station measures 12 weather variables, including air temperature, relative humidity, vapor pressure, barometric pressure, wind speed, gusts and direction, solar radiation, precipitation, lightning strike counter, and distance. Easily installation, no moving parts, all weather station data transmitted over a single wire, so I can run it, right into my boat, right into the, the main computer that I'm gonna have running a lot of this stuff. The server, I'm gonna have multiple computers, and I gotta set up, I gotta set up the streaming. I want to be able to stream the boat, on top of the mast, and maybe in a couple places, so everybody can see, the weather, and they can see the ocean and stuff, continuously, and depending on how many subscriptions I get, on YouTube and stuff, if I can afford it, to run data, unlimited data, depending on the service, I find, I'll stream it 24/7 if everybody wants me to, because you're going to see dolphins, you're going to see all that stuff, plus it's, all that stuff, the reason why I want to have all these cameras and stuff and use YouTube too, I mentioned it's free data storage, the weather stuff I'm gonna have to pay for. I'm probably gonna have to pay some type of web service to store that much data. I don't have that much storage around me, space. I got like 10 terabytes, that's about it. That's a lot of space, by the way. It is. And I got my 4 terabyte like almost full, and then the rest of them they're not full yet. So, but they will be. Whether that weather data is gonna accrue really fast, and it's gonna pile up fast. And these videos too. Like all these videos, I'm uploading these videos, man. A half an hour video is a gig. Off of these GoPros, and then a full hour video is 2 gigs. And, right now I'm using Metro PCS, which runs through T-Mobile. I've already hit my 35 gigabyte data cap. So, I still have unlimited data, but they bandwidth throttle me. My data speed, my internet speed dropped down from 5G to 4G, which is funny because you would think that they would just like throttle me, you know what I mean? Like they would still let me stay on 5G, um, not kick me down to 4G. But I guess that makes sense, though, because they still have, the 4G systems in place, and if they kick me down to 4G, the physical radio, physically it can't go as fast as 5G. So maybe that's why they do it that way. I don't know. I don't work for them. Thought about it. Working for some cell phone companies, which I did, but I didn't work for a cell phone company like Verizon and stuff. I worked for a franchise that repaired the phones, and among many other things, computers, tablets, high-end cameras, that type of thing. I mostly did screen repairs, water damage, charge ports, and then data backups. Those are the main things with phones. Screens, charge ports, batteries, obviously covers, back battery covers on some of them. And then, microphones, a lot of times they burn out. Like the water damage, a little bit of water gets in the microphone. I solder on a new one. Cameras, cameras too. But most of the time though, like, you're replacing the cameras because it's got water damage, you know what I mean? It's got, it's $1,000 phone, I'm charging it $100, in labor to disassemble the phone, which is all profit to me. And then, I go through the phone and the corrosion, got to the camera. So now I'm on eBay, or Amazon or, other, like a warehouse, a wholesale warehouse, looking, buying a camera to put back in the phone because the camera's only $30, $40, and I'm charging $100, so, it's $140 to fix this person's phone instead of the $300 deposit or, the $1,200, $1,000 to go get a new phone. And a lot of times, even if they have they pay the deductible, and can get a new screen, a lot of times they gotta wait a week or two, or they want to send a new phone and the person has, data on that phone. They don't, they're not in that position they need a phone now, so and a lot of people want to keep their phone, they like that phone, they're used to it, everything is set up the way they like, so they're willing to pay me the money, they're willing to risk $100 because water damage, that $100 I'm charging is not a guarantee that I'm going to be able to fix that phone. I'm just charging you $100 to go in the phone, and if I can fix it, it goes towards the repair. If I can't fix it, I keep the $100, for the work. A lot of people bitch too, so a lot of times I'll just end up like keeping 50. I give them 50 back, but those are just losers. They don't understand business. They don't understand. That everything I do is wrong. They're always right. Those type of people. I seen one yesterday when I went to donate. It was fucking irritating me. Stupid ass fucking black kid, young as hell, dumb as fuck. Fucking the Indian lady put the needle in my arm. She's awesome, man. She runs the floor. She's the main boss on the floor. And she knows what she's doing. That's why she's the boss. And I see a lot of people give her shit because she's she's Indian. And they give her problems all the time. And she's the one that did his needle, and as soon as she walked away and did his needle, he was looking at me because she came over to do me, do mine, and you could tell he was looking me up and down, like, who the fuck is this guy, you know? And I'm like looking at him like, what you looking at, bro? You know? Like, you mind all my fucking business, man. And of course, he, turns his head sideways, you know what I mean, at me when I look at him, because he's looking at me, and I look at him like sideways, like, what the fuck you looking at, you know? I didn't say nothing. And of course, he starts bitching about his needle, because he wants attention like a fucking kid, a child. My needle was coming out. The needle isn't even moved, bro. Like, you can tell it's his first time donating, you know what I mean? Like, I'm bleeding. Yeah, you're bleeding, dude. You got a needle in your arm. Ooh, of course you're gonna bleed. It's just stupid, man. And like he was frustrating her, cause like she told him it's in there just fine. Everything's working fine. The system's running just fine, and he's just causing problems for no reason. One of those people. And what's funny is I cut him off, cause he was dogging her. He was like. He's like, next time I come here, I'll never make sure, I'll never let you put a needle in my arm, And I cut him off. I'm like, bro, like loud as hell too. Like I wasn't quiet. I was like, bro. I was like, this lady works here all day, runs the floor. I was like, and sticks a needle in my arm all the time. I'm like, we're good, bro. She knows what she's doing, bro. And it's funny because What the fuck is this? Sorry. People on Facebook are funny. I just got a message on Facebook. Stupid. It's like a long ass message, actually. Because I post this stuff on Facebook. This is the type of stuff I talk about. I wonder if I can,